new to physical wellness, which is, of course, what most people think of when you hear wellness. They jump to physical, although we know it's just one of the many. But that's keeping our body free of disease, good nutrition, and exercise, including cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength endurance, flexibility, and a healthy body composition. So how important is your physical health to you, and what regular practices do you engage in to keep yourself healthy?
Well, physical activity and exercise, it's kind of like my drug, really. I don't feel well if I don't exercise. If I get a little grumpy, my husband tells me to go and exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it started out with just enjoying what I did for physical activity through dance and cheerleading. Later on, it changed to more things such as running, because my husband enjoyed running. He's the one that started me with that, and because I loved him and wanted to partake in the activities that he was in, that's how I developed the desire to do that. In addition to, maintenance of all the healthy results that you just mentioned. Later on, it's changed as the boys, as we had boys, and trying to do activities that involve them. In the past, I think what I struggled more with was trying to taper down the exercise, because there was a period of time where I was exercising probably too much, and so I think that now I exercise the recommended amount, maybe a little bit more, and I don't feel bad if I didn't, like I used to. So it's almost, I was almost on the opposite end on that, but it was always, I always exercised from tiny little girl.
So again, it's about balance, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because you can go on both extremes, for sure.
I was going to ask you what motivates you to exercise, and it's almost kind of emotional wellness, stress reliever, mood enhancer.
Absolutely.
So that's your exercise is your drug. Do you do it daily? Do you have to find time every single day?
I used to, but I exercise probably about 5 to 6 days per week in some form, 45 minutes to an hour. And as I mentioned, it was, as you've mentioned too, it was in response to helping my emotional wellness. But we also know, as a physician, it's important for all the things that you mentioned as well, with heart disease and high cholesterol and multiple other ailments that occur, breast cancer being another, but also dementia. People often don't think of that as being something that exercise actually helps to reduce, and the reason for it is because the capillaries, the little tiny blood vessels, tend to grow more with exercise, and capillaries carry our red blood cells. Red blood cells carry oxygen, so there's more nutritional components going to the brain, and so it has been shown to reduce cognitive decline. So there's so many benefits based upon exercise and physical wellness. And I know you being an expert in that area.
Well, there's something that we call a health behavior gap, and that is, we know all of the benefits, and yet I was even thinking about, as you were talking about your day, physicians who maybe don't exercise themselves. So even though they know the benefits and maybe even are teaching the benefits, aren't doing it themselves. Why do you think that's the case with some?
Well, it's multifactorial. Physicians typically are pretty busy, so trying to find that time is difficult, and they'll put other things ahead of that. So it's, I think that the balancing the time is an issue, or it's something that they never perhaps practiced a whole lot. And so it's going to be very multifactorial and different for each individual. For men, it'll be different than for women. If they're female physicians, they have double whammy needs.
Mhm.
Not that men don't, but
Right.
women feel the need more so usually to be caring for everyone, so therefore they put themselves, secondary. So
It goes back to your quote, that you have to be selfish to be selfless. And so you will take that time for yourself, but you know in the long run it's going to benefit not only you but your family as well.
Mhm.